Alright, hi, hello! I am Colby, I am CoDameron, and I am here with the third video in a series of 3 videos about my exploration and my success and lack of success with the Han2 Data Vault list. If you've been watching, we've had a video on every deck list I could conceive of going into the Planetary Qualifier and leading up to the win of that. You've seen the commentary over the Han2, the finals of that tournament, and then now we are post Minneapolis regionals. I went through that tournament. I had a great time, and I had a lot of success, and then I had a lot of failure. I didn't win that tournament. I didn't make day 2. I could have, but I didn't. And that's okay, because this list was so much fun to build, so much fun to play, and still has so much potential and so much to teach us leading into a set 5 meta and the rest of the PQ season still ahead of us. So what I have here in this video is live vlogs. During these tournaments, one of the things that I do to center myself and remember, think about the game, think about my plays, think about how to be better in the next round, is to, after my round, I think about my thoughts, I think about the game, I think about what just happened, and I walk outside and I dump all of those thoughts onto my phone. I'm live video vlogging after the event, so after each round. So hopefully we can watch and listen to all of the thoughts that I had and all of the stories and details of how every round went well or not. We'll listen to a bunch of thoughts about the first set, the Planetary Qualifier. I have a lot of those, and then they end up at the McDonald's way after at the end of the tournament, and then we'll go through and we'll watch the ones about that happened during Minnesota, and we'll talk about all of the matchups, all of the interactions, and all the stuff that happened in that tournament. To remind everyone, here is the list that we played at the Planetary Qualifier. We'll talk about we'll go through these videos, and then we'll see how this list got adjusted for Minneapolis, and then we'll see how those how that tournament ended up. So again, here comes all of the vlogs from the Planetary Qualifier. Enjoy. All right, let's vlog. Let's do it. Today is Saturday, May 10th. I am at the Collective in Altamonte Springs. It is the PQ. I am hype. There's about 70 players, and I've actually been a little nervous. I've been a little anxious going into this day. I'm running Han2 Data Vault, this deck that me and Chrispy and Kiramode really built. I've been working a lot with Nevin, working a lot with the Bothans, a lot with Junior, and there's a lot of ways to build this deck. I've been very uneasy. I've been testing a lot of things. I'm like, I don't know what quite works. I had a big building session with Daniel last night. I had a big car ride with Michael Martinez, and this morning I wake up. I took the Radishes out of the list. I'm putting salvages in the sideboard, which feel really cool. It's like a wild card. And then in the morning, I'm like, man, I have no way to kill a 3/5. And everyone, a 4 power space unit. And everyone is like, you gotta play Hammerhead on 6. And I'm like, that's too late. So I ended up putting in 2 Adelphis into the sideboard, and then into the main board over what was an Anakin unit for a minute. And then I played against Nevin early on, and in the one game we played, I played the 2 Adelphis 3 times, once with home 1, and they were brutal every time. So I'm like, okay, this is a cool unit. I think it's fancy. I think it's good. It's on the cost curve that I want. Fills in the Anakin slot. I'm going 2 of them. No, I'm going 3 of them. I dropped a Hammerhead because I actually haven't even played one. I think I played 1 today, or I could have and it didn't. But the Adelphis are champions. The other spice is that at the Waffle House, Michael Martinez on Palp Yellow is telling me that, hey, here's a good option, Traitorous. I'm telling you, bro. And I'm like, man, I ain't running no Traitorous. But then I think about it, I'm like, you know, one of the things I'm concerned about in the list is space units, is the Falcon. Is that 4 power space unit either a Victor Leader from Vader list, Vader pilot list, or Falcon with anything on it. Also, like, there's other things. There's like the Village Protectors. I'm like, okay, maybe Traitorous is cool. I can bring it in from the side if I think it's appropriate in the matchup, and my opponent is going to side out all their enhanced material anyway. So Traitorous might work out. I put in 2 Traitorous in the side over the. I take the Anakin. That's what the Anakin came out for. The Adelphis went in the main. The Anakins went in the side. Actually, just fell out of the list, and the Traitoruses went in. So that felt really cool. I show up here, and there's like, of the 70 people here, there's like 10 people on Han2 Data Vault. me and Chrispy and Daniel, we made this deck a thing, and people are playing it and saying, wow, this is a cool list, it does cool things, it is powerful, it is consistent, might just be one of the better decks that's just playing this game by playing units and doing stuff every single turn ahead of curve, so flexible. It is actually just an Alpha Predator deck. Everyone's on this deck. I'm nervous, and like, you gotta win today. You gotta win to get it. It's a PQ, you gotta win, you want that mat. I want that mat, I want that buy. There's also like cards on the line, boxes or whatever, but I don't care. I want that buy, I want that mat. And I'm nervous. I'm like, I've been playing a little bit, I've been testing a little bit, and I'm like, am I good enough? Can I play this game? But you know, I've done all the prep I can. I put my little spice into the list. I've really taken so much advice and so much information and love from everyone else. I'm done everything I can. Let's see how it goes. Round 1, paired up against Saunders, local player, mono yellow, always. And I've historically had trouble with mono yellow, but I've gotten a lot better because I've learned how to play the game a little better. Mono yellow has a lot of tricks, and you really have to see them coming to not lose. So I play Jason round 1, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. It's not even a great matchup for the list because 3/5s in turn 1 are bad for us. I end up chamming him in the first 2 games. I think he does it on 4, he goes to 5, and I get to cham him. In game 2, he does it on 3, he goes to 4, I get to cham him. Importantly, in game 2, I play Echo-based Defender because I'm on him. He's been actually very good already, even as a 4/1. And I know in the Han matchup, there's no pings. So I play that, and he plays a Rebel Operative. Great. So I trade first action because I have a 4/1, and he's got a 4/4 with a Saboteur. Trade that, and that forces him to do his next action with nothing on board, so he Han actions, get cham. Game 2 should be a wrap, but he ends up getting it with, I try to reach for lethal, and I can't get it. Game 1, I got pretty convincing, but Han unit is tough. I end up actually siding in a little bit more of my board, my top end, and this was because I'm like, okay, I'm going to go a little slower. And I'm gonna like kill the Han unit instead of hitting base. Turns out that's just wrong. I'm just gonna hit his base. I'm just gonna like play. I'm not playing Mothma, and that's actually a thing that a lot of the other Bothmans are mad at me about. They're like, that's not right. I'm not playing Mothma. I want to be aggressive. In a lot of my games, I'm attacking base 3/3/3, sometimes 4 with the Echo-based Defender, sometimes 5 with Cham, 6 with Heavy. It adds up really fast. They're at 17, then they're at 23, then they're dead. Game 2, I try to reach for lethal, and I have to like smuggle out a Cassian, and he has like the second blaster. I had some wacky plays coming up, and the Delphis put so much pressure that like if I need to reach, I can kill it with a Delphi, or I can kill his base with a Delphi, or I can home 1 for a Delphi, or I can timely a Delphi. Very good. Game 3, I end up getting there on a very similar play. I like go face with Poe, and if he doesn't handle Poe, then he's going to lose to Poe on claim, so he has to kill Poe, and that lets me like get a little bit more damage and get mace, and I actually win that game on 6 resources. Why did I bring in the top end? I went fast, and it worked out. So round 1, win. Round 2 against Luke Data Vault. Now I know that Ray Data Vault is getting popular, and I know that Village Protectors and Luke Data Vault is actually a notoriously bad matchup for this list. And I go, uh-oh. But, you know, play the cards, play the deck, trust the deck. Game 1, he goes turn 1 of Alliance Dispatcher. He goes turn 2 Sabine's Tie with the shield, and suddenly he's getting experience, and I go, uh-oh. But I go through and around all of his guys. I make a ground presence, and how did I get through it? I just attacked him. He had a weird play. We had to like Fleet Lieutenant a guy, but Heavy held him hostage. Heavy made Luke not able to flip, and I love that. And he had to like claim, and then I got to go base. And I think he resupplied. I don't know if I chammed, but it ended up being the case that Luke didn't get to do as many shields as he wanted, and I attacked his base, and I had enough damage because of Heavy, and he didn't have pressure into my units. I just had the kill. I took out a Confiscate and a Fell the Dragon, which is probably unprincipled, I don't know. And I put in the 2 Traitorous. I was looking at taking out the Bright Hope, so I'm like, no, I don't actually want to let the Sabine's Tie have a free ride. So I left in the Bright Hopes, 2 of them, and I still had 2/2/2 of the fell and confiscate and the traders. So game 3 he mulligans, and he mulligans in a no unit. I go turn 1 Echo Base Defender, slam him. He goes turn 2 resupply. I go cham, I slam him. Turn 3 he goes Village Protectors, showing $2 left. I hit him. No, I make leader. As kind of a turtle. He makes shield on the Village Protectors, and then I go traitorous. So now I have Echo Base Defender, cham, Village Protectors with 2 shields, and my leader, and he has no money. It's over. He like makes Luke, and I think I play even really conservative. He like hits Luke into the Echo Base Defender with 1 damage with 1 health, so because the other one hit into the Village Protector, and I like make Cassian, and I hit Luke. Where the right play is probably just make 2 guys, let Luke live. I was afraid of like, here's Obi-Wan, here's Luke attack for shield, and then like, yes, this will work through the Village Protectors, but it's annoying. If he like has enhancement removal, it's bad. So I made the principal play, which might be wrong. I could have played like heavy plus Poe in space and just like have 10 more power on the board, which is just more damage. But turns out I was just so far ahead that like I was afraid of like a redemption stuff eventually. So I didn't want Luke to come out and actually do some shield nonsense, because I know I'm just bad against shield. So I kill the Luke, and I just have enough damage. He plays like Obi-Wan, and I'm able to timely heavy it, because we're on 6, and that's it. And that's the wrap. Then I just have the game. Really lucky, but you know, that's how it goes. Sometimes the deck does what it does. You play the cards, you trust the deck, and it works. Alright, car vlog time. Alright, round 3. We're in the car because gotta drink your water. Gotta rep the team. Homeostasis. Okay. Round 3 I get paired against Reflex. It's a mirror match. Psych, no I don't. Repairs, I get paired against the CAD Tarkentown. I love this matchup. I love that they have 28 HP, 25 HP, I have 33, I'm up 8 damage. If I'm going 1 for 1, I'm just winning. Game 1, I just do that. I play Sabine unit, and then I'm always passing. He's giving me initiative, and I'm passing. I play Sabine unit, and it is crafty. Love that. Round 2, second action, he plays Cartel Spacer, exhausts Sabine and pings it. I pick it up with Bright Hope. I draw a card. Why not? Eventually, I have Bright Hope. It takes the Tarkentown, and I put guys on the board. I use Hammerhead. I kill something with the Hammerhead. It turns out hitting for 5 is really a lot when your opponent has 25 health. And he just doesn't have a great way to hold the board with big enough numbers. My Gorilla Attack Pod was so good. It was the turn, I had like 9 damage, and I hit for, or like maybe 10, whatever it was. I got him, I did the play, where I play Han, I get him all the way up to 15, it was at 16, and I play the Attack Pod straight, no Han ping, because that's actually really bad, I think, in the CAD matchup. CAD Bane needs to be easier. And I had the $6 anyway, so no, why not? Just hit him before, get him to 20. And then he has like the answer to like not die on it, and then I have the second attack pod. Get him. Game 2 was similar. I have to open Cassian, and he does get it with Tarkentown, but that's like part of it. That's like how that goes. Cassian, what was my turn 2 play? It was either red 5 or Poe. I play the Poe pilot. Make a 4/5. Great card. Just hit him in the base. He has a crafty and a Cartel Spacer, and I'll get the Cartel Spacer eventually with my Hammerhead. But just get your damage in, and as long as you're going even with them, you have more health to start. So just hit with your guys, trade, let them hit your guys, whatever, and you'll be fine. And it turns out, just if you hit hard enough and you hit fast enough, and you hit enough, they can't actually handle it. There was a cool thing, he plays Zuckuss as a straight 6/6, but Hammerheads just turns out 5 is a big number, and you know, if they take out one guy at a time, really I'm the one he has to answer, and he can't, and I win because I'm up in health and I win the game. So I'm 3-0. Good luck in the next one. Alright, we got there in the best way. Round 4, finally, yes, we are playing Reflex, not Psych. Han2 Data Vault mirrors, concept mirrors, not mirrors, Battle of Concepts. He is high on Mothma, I'm high on Battlefield Marine and not playing Mothma. And I gotta say, game went great. Game 1, I got there in 2 in almost the whole 55 minutes. Game 1, I'm playing all-star moves. So he opens red 5, and I go something on the ground, and he goes pilot Poe on the red 5. I go shit. I play my pilot Poe on it on my 4/5, and it ends up getting a little bit weird. That pilot Poe ends up being a big menace, but it's all right. He goes Mothma, Bright Hope Mothma on the $6 turn with Han on the board. He ends up like hitting my Han with his Han, and then I trade it back, so he can't mace on the turn I'm expecting him to mace. Big play. The second Mothma misses. It sees 2 crates and actually misses, so he's actually missing the last damage from the Hammerhead for Mothma to kill Mothma Hammerhead to kill Poe. If he had a Battlefield Marine, he would have been just fine. He might not have drawn the Hammerhead, but it's whatever. Mothma, Bright Hope, Hammerhead. A Mothma, Bright Hope, Mothma is a lot of cards. Maybe that happened on 5. Oh, we did it on 5 because he was pinging his Bright Hope. Interesting. Anyway, game 2, to get through the Bright Hope, I had Delphi'd in. I had to get through it with a Delphi. Interesting. Did he not ping that Bright Hope? Anyway. Yeah. I get there by being the aggressor. I'm holding a wrecker the whole game. Oh, right. Okay, game 2, he ends up getting a little ahead, and he goes heavy. And I go, shit. My opening hand is real greedy. It's 3-drop into Cham, into Gorilla Attack Pod. Like, it is like, this is your line. Poe Attack Pod, this is your line. And it's 2 timelies, and I keep it. Real greedy hand. I was able to open... Oh, it was Blue Leader open. Blue Leader into Cham. It's like, but I want to keep the double timelies. I think they'll be important. I end up using one of them to Sabine on 4 into his Echo Base Defender, and then he plays Cham, and I go, shit. So he goes Riken, he goes Han Leader, and the idea is that my leader and board can't get through his Riken, so he has to have the Cham. So I have a Cham, but no, it died. Whatever. I end up playing heavy. I flip my leader, and then I play heavy, go down to 4 resources to kill Riken. He has to trade his heavy into my wrecker, and I end up 2-for-1ing him on the resource. And it ends up being fine because my deck is built around the mid-range. Huge, crazy match where all of my 3s, 4s, and 5s, 4s, 5s, and 6s really, I was just comfortable with them. Like, I'll go down a resource and keep playing 1 card a turn, because I still get the Riken, and I played the Gorilla Attack Pod. That's because I followed up the wrecker with attack. He's at 15. A Gorilla Attack Pod put him to like 20 or something. He ends up having a home 1 and nearly stabilizing, but I have 3 timelies by this point because I kept a greedy hand and was able to use the timelies really, really efficiently to just put him in positions where he could win. Where he had a Bright Hope and I abandoned space, and that was it. I ended up getting him. I ended up just getting him on the ground. I had like Poe Riken, and he answered one of them. He answered one of them with the timely something, or timely Riken to like hit the guy and stop the guy, and then I had the timely something else in response to like timely Cham to get my dollar back, like whatever it was. Having the 2 timelies and then finding the 3rd one really wins that game. And like the Mothma miss is important, but if it was running Battlefield Marine, it would have happened that way anyway. Really great match. But 1 and 2. Time for the next one. All right, we got there. Okay, I am 5-0. I am the only 5-0. That means weird things to the tournament structure, but we'll get to that in a second. A lot of draws. Okay, so I'm against Cad Bane Blue 30. He's playing Control. He's a funny guy. Love playing this guy. But he just beat up a Han Data Vault that I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? So my opening hand is like, I got a Timely, I have a Poe Pilot, and I have like 2 Chams, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to outvalue the Control deck. I'm going to play Cham and draw a card. So I play whatever on turn 1, he kills it. I play on turn 2, whatever it is. Going into turn 3, I'm like, he's like resourcing. I'm like, hold on. And I don't resource. I'm like, I'm not going to resource. I'm going to get my Cham, draw my card functionally. And he's like, okay, I won't. And I go, uh-oh. I just let the control player draw 2 cards, and then I'm like, I'm gonna Cham, I'm gonna Bright Hope, I'm gonna do all the things and get the card advantage, and he just walks all over me. I never get the board. It was awful. He also plays the CAD guy, and I don't draw my Felder Dragons. I'm like, damn, but it's fine. Game 2, I'm like, all right. I bring in the sideboard, I bring in all the top end, I bring all the units, I take out some of the Bright Hopes and the Confiscates, and I'm like, let's get him. And I take initiative. I don't even care about the CAD ping. He's not on Tarkin Town. So I'm like, let's take the damage. Hit with my unit, then you kill it. Hit with my unit, then you kill it. Hit with my unit, then you kill it. And once you play Poe Pilot, then it's 2 units and you can't kill him. And I play a Delphi and I attack really fast and I have initiative and he can't kill it. And I play Poe and he takes him a lot more resources to kill it than he does, but it takes more. Suddenly I'm just really ahead and I can do fancy stuff. I can Poe, I can Wrecker, I can Crate Dragon. I have so many options because I'm just playing cards, and you know, he has to answer them, and I'm getting my damage immediately wherever I can, and it adds up to be enough. He's also just like not very much in space, so it works. Game 2 goes pretty similarly. It was a cool play where I had Wrecker. He like does a thing. I get my Poe and I just like play the naked Wrecker, and I'm like, here's Wrecker on 6. What are you gonna do? He goes, uh-oh. And he has Cad Bane unit for my token and my Poe, my 6/6 Poe, but then and then Wrecker hits him, and I'm like, okay, fine. Wrecker hits base. He kills the Wrecker with whatever it was. I think he killed it with I don't know what it was. It was 2 damage from the CAD leader, and then the CAD hit. And then I'm like, okay, Felder Dragon. Finally, my Felder Dragon came through in game 3. Against Snoke, against Avenger, against Cad Bane. I really appreciated Felder Dragon, and that was a card that True Sides would not have done the thing there. It needed to be Felder Dragon. Felder Dragon for 6 has been great, and it's been the right choice. So, and then usually at 26, and I'm like, okay, I'll play Home One and a Guy, or I'll play a Crate Dragon. I'm like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then just like, oh, I don't have anything. So it was at like 26, and I got him. So I'm the only 5-0. Go me. I think that means I'm in the cut. I can ID, but since I'm the only 5-0, none of the 4-1s or 4-0-Xs are going to want to ID, which means they're gonna have to play. And I think the more I play and the more I dish out losses instead of IDs, the more I love playing, so I'll play. But the more I play, the more X2s get in, which means Chrispy could get in, but Cox could also get in, and also just a good players at X2 could get in. But you know, you gotta play, you gotta win, you gotta get in, and I'm getting there 1 game at a time. See you next time. All right. Round 6 against Michael Martinez. I'm 501, he's 401, so it makes sense for him. He can't ID, but we have to play, and we gotta play. I'm playing him for it. So he's playing Palp Yellow, Steal My Shit, Cloud Rider shit, Bazine shit, P838. Just it's awful. I get rolled. I lose in 2. The damage he has, just the control. I can't build a board. The Royal Guard, I can't get through it. I have to sack guys into it. I don't have a good matchup into 3/5s as it is, and Royal Guard eating 2 of my 3/5s, or just like having a Sentinel and forcing me to hit him. It's awful. I don't actually have a great idea of how to beat it. I think the answer involves, if I go to space, he'll kill my guys because they have less health. I think the answer involves Red 5. I drew a couple, but I didn't end up playing them, which I think was wrong. He didn't let me Cham him at any point in any game. Or maybe it was game 2. Game 1 I did Cham him, but it was like way late after like we were already in it. And then he just steals my best thing. Doesn't matter if it has damage on it. Like, oh, Han2 is gonna put a damage on your guy, and then Pop gets to steal it. No. Pop's got damage for it anyway. Like, whatever. Honestly, I'd rather damage my guy so it has more damage on it. It has 2 instead of 1. But yeah, with the steals, with the change of hearts. He Change of Hearts my Rican, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then he's at $1 left, so he's just gonna sack it. It's awful. Matchup was rough. I don't know how I beat it, but I can consider that. In game 2, I brought in the reinforcement walkers, and I had the timely reinforcement walker. I think I did it twice, and I did it did it twice, and it just didn't do enough. Because if you have to, I think reinforcement walker is wrong in the deck. If you have to timely reinforcement walker, you're in a bad spot, and that's the best thing it can do. I don't know, maybe something with like Wedge, or it's good with Piet and Wedge to give it ambush naturally, but I'm not wasting my timelies on it, and I think that's wrong. I tried to do aggro, and I got him like 15 damage. It just wasn't enough. I'm 5-1 now, and I'm pretty sure even if I lose the next game, I'm secured. I think there's one 5-2 that will miss, and I don't think it can be me, based on strength of schedule. But I'm going to go to the next match. I'm going to try to ID, and if they want to, then I get to chill, I get to eat, and if not, we get to play, and I think I'm still chilling. I think I'm still in, but I'm not. I am not taking any chances. I'm going to play. I'm going to win. If I have an opponent and they want to play, they got to earn it, and I don't want to fuck up. If I lose, that is like, if I play, I could win, and if I don't play, then I might lose. And you could. That's the way that this goes wrong. So we're gonna play the next round or ID, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna be in top 8, I think. Wish me luck. All right, we are post top 8, and I have advanced to the top 4 because Reflex, Andrew Cox, scooped to me. What a gentleman! What a team player! I was not asked for. I did not even want it, but I beat him before. And he has the bye, and he wants me to take it down. So okay, so the rest of the bracket looks like, okay, there's a Cad Blue that I already beat, and another Both and Maddie playing Monopalp Green. The Cad Blue just won. I already beat him. I know how to beat him. He was even telling me over the table how to beat him, and I used his info to beat him. I can beat him. The other 2 tables are Michael versus John Carr, and then another Han Data Vault versus Gar Blue. Yeah, 4 Han Data Vaults. No Sabine, Quinlan, Han 1, Anakin, or Ray, or what's the other big one? Nothing. Kira. Nothing in the top. John Carr just rammed his Han deck, his Sabine deck using his Sabine deck. He just rammed it with K2SO into Michael's base, and Michael couldn't handle it. Michael didn't have the Traitor Assist. Traitor Assist on Royal Guard just was enough for John Carr to get through every time. So now it's me versus Cad Blue, and then it's going to be probably John Carr or the Han Data Vault player in the finals. So I got to beat a guy I beat before that I know the strategy on, and I got to beat one more Han Data Vault. And that's it. And that's the line. I can do that line. I was afraid of fighting Michael. I was afraid of fighting some of the other Palpatine, and they both got taken out. Perfect. Just like we wrote it up. We can do this. All right. I misrecorded it, but top 4 was clean. The Cad Blue player somehow beat the Palp Green player, who's also a Bothan rip, but gave me a really good matchup. I knew how to play it, I knew how to beat it, split the pose, get the damage. It felt like I couldn't do wrong in that matchup. I just threw cards at him, and it worked. I just kept doing damage, and I don't think it went to 3. I think I just beat him in 2. It was great. Just bang, bang, bang. John, everything I said about the first one, it just kind of applied, and he didn't have the tools. I knew his list this time, so he only had a couple of threats, and I loved having 3 Fel the Dragons. 3 Fel the Dragons he only had like 7 or 8 threats, so I saved those cards, and as long as I killed the Cad leader, I killed the Zuckuss, it was a one of, there's 2 Avengers, 2 Snokes, 3 Cad Banes, just hold the Fel the Dragons. He doesn't have that much gas, you can get there, and I got there. And then the finals. John Carr beats the other the Gar Saxon player in what was apparently a crazy match, and he's running basically a Sabine deck with Han. He's running it very aggressively. He's got Sundaris, he's got Ketsu, he's got Frisk, he's got everything. He's got the Adelphis, he's got everything from the French Sabine list that won in Lily. I don't think he had the Radishes, but he was really low in the top end. He had crates on the side, but he had no home ones, he had no reinforcement walkers, he had maces, he had 3 wreckers, which were terrifying, and I watched him play earlier. He loves holding timely wrecker on 7. He didn't have attack pods, and he didn't have Recons. I played to trade early, and then get the Recon kills. Get kills all the time. And I gotta say, it worked so well. I won in 3. Game 2, I sided out the Crate Dragons, and it was wrong. Game 3, I put them back in over the salvages or something. I also tried putting in the Traitorous. He was running 2 Traitorous main deck, which got him part of the win. It really got him the win against Michael. But siding out the Crate Dragons was wrong. Fel the Dragon came through to kill a Poe. If I had Fel the Dragon, it would have been a great answer, but I resourced it early in Game 2, and the Crate Dragon closed the door for me. But somehow, with Recon, there was some really good mace back and forths where we both knew we had mace, it's coming, here he comes. And Mace, my maces work better because he would have to hit into my Riken and he wouldn't die, and my mace got to like kill his Han leader after some damage, and it killed his Poe. Really technical game, but it showed, I think it really showed that I understood the Han2 of the deck, and the Han2 version is stronger and powerful as a mid-range list that trades early and plays for the mid-game than his deck did. He also had a lot of space, and I brought in the Bright Hopes, and I didn't play them really. I think I played Bright Hopes all day. I think I'm going to cut them from the list. I got all sorts of thoughts about this, but I have the game recorded. I have it available to watch. It might be after this set of videos. I don't know. I'm at McDonald's right now because tomorrow's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And yeah, I got to get home and got to see that. So everyone, honestly, thank you so much to everyone who supported me. Thank you for Chrispy. Thank you for the Bothans. Thank you to Reflex for all right. So we did it. We won the Planetary Qualifier. This list came through, and I have so many people to thank. I'm excited. I go home, and then I dump all of those thoughts onto the first two videos. I think I posted those the day after. And it was still another couple of weeks to still process list and churn it and see how it is meant to look for Minneapolis. What did I expect? What changes can I make to this list? How can I improve it? Some of the things that I think that really stuck out to me after the Planetary Qualifier was I was playing this list very aggressively, and I wanted to make every opportunity that I could to make the deck more powerful, put more pressure on early. Key points in the list were Mon Mothma wasn't playing her. I don't want to play a 1-3 for 2, even if she's drawing cards, and that leads into the Bright Hope Hammerhead plays. But also, I don't know if I played Bright Hope at all at the Planetary Qualifier. Maybe once or twice, certainly not to bounce my own units, and that was a weak point in the list. I think it's actually, other than Sabine, the lowest power in the list. So the first thing I wanted to do was get out the Bright Hope. Similar with the Reinforcement Walker. I didn't think that the 6/9 for 8 was a good enough stat line. It was too passive. It was too much healing. And if you're playing it, you're not winning the game. You're preventing yourself from losing the game. And I wanted my plays at that point of the game to be pushing the envelope even more. And stuff like Great Dragon, stuff like Home 1, even Radis. And I explored a lot of these choices. Also the Bombing Run. The Bombing Run, I didn't play against any Vader 4 lists in Minneapolis, or in the PQ, and I was expecting some in Minneapolis. I did a lot of testing, and it turns out that the Bombing Runs came out and they came back in, because really they're the only choice that really handles the Vader list, given what we're talking about. We'll talk about how to fix all these problems in a second, but the list didn't change much. This is what I ran from Minnesota, and really the stuff that we'll see is the Bright Hope fell out, but also the Riken fell out. The Hammerhead was on the side for a little while, but in testing, it really just showed that even a 2 damage ping, a lot of these the plays line in this deck, the play lines in this list, want to make even trades or kill a thing and live on a couple of health. And if my opponent's doing that to me, I have no way to kill those other units. I have to trade my full Battlefield Marine or Echo Base Defender for their unit. So playing a Hammerhead, having a 5/5 in space or a 5/7 in space, really felt like a sticky threat that could keep pressure on in the space lane, and not a lot of things could answer it. And Riken was always a puzzle for my opponents to solve. Mace answered it, Wrecker answered it, things attacked into it and didn't die. Vader unit ambushed it for 5, and Riken wasn't really cutting it for me. Not that he was not working, but I think there were other answers that could have done a lot better. So this list, I'm still running the 3 Wreckers, and I also added the Marauder. I was looking for more salvage plays, more plays that the list could utilize to handle Vader 4. I was talking with a lot of the Bothans, and everyone really thought that Vader 4, a list that Vader 4 Yellow, the pilot version, really does a lot to this deck. It's really scary for this list to handle. Victor Leader, there was no good answer for it. Between Red 5, between Blue Leader, there's not a whole lot of aggressive stuff you can do in space that'll handle a 4-power unit. So I added Marauder. If you're playing it on 4, the turn after the Victor Leader comes out, you can hit it as a 4/3 and you can kill it. You can also trade with the Falcon the turn after it comes down, unless it's Han, because then it comes down a turn early, and then it gets a pilot, and that's no good. that ended up being bad, and we'll see. But the idea is that we can use this as another proactive space play to stop these Vader 4 lists, these pilot Vader lists, from making the tokens and getting their snowball, really starting off strong. That was the theory. It was a little bit untested, and it was a little bit, I can make it work. Oh, and I might ramp with it sometimes. That's kind of cool. Turns out it had mixed results. I don't think I go back to it, but we'll see that in all these videos. So otherwise, the rest of the deck was really humming along very well. The Anakins were great. The Wreckers were providing pressure. Mace was still good. Home 1 Crate Dragon is still a great top end. Confiscate, Timely. These are still cards that are making the deck work. And we'll see that we had a lot of success, and it all didn't work out. But let's watch these vlogs and see how I was feeling in the moment. All right, hello, hi, this is Colby, I'm CoDameron, I am your Boca Raton Bothan Spy, and I'm here for vlogging. Today is May 24th, 2025. It is the Minnesota Regional Qualifiers. We are post round 1, but before I get to that, I'm here with every big name of the game. I'm here with the Bothans, I'm here with Daniel, Nate Nuring's here, the Titanic and all the McClunky, all the KTOD, all of the Team Secret, everyone's here. It's great to see everyone. Late Night Gaming's here. What a great community, what a great games. The Bothans have been so helpful, and Daniel and Chrispy and Junior and everyone has been so helpful, and Michael and everyone at home building this deck, Nate, Nevin, everyone has put so much time and effort into this Han2 Data Vault deck. It is so good. I have been through a lot of thoughts. I've been through a lot of changes. I've been through a lot of questioning if it was a good idea to post all these videos about Han2 Data Vault right before a tournament. But you know what? It's been helpful. I've been talking to more people. I've been thinking about the deck more. It's been firing. I won round 1. So, big changes to the deck. Small changes to the deck. Bombing Run has to live in the side. I think Vader 4, Pilot decks, Akbar even, are real decks. And it's not even that I think I might have to play at least 1 or 2 if I'm doing a good run, but also I don't think I've got tools to beat them. So Bombing Run, you're in the side, no question. We tested it without it, but also I have another tech, Marauder. Marauder is a 4-power ambush that can kill Victor Leader and live. It is a proactive way to kill Vader's tokens in addition to Blue Leader. I think it's really good. I'm playing it with the salvages. Maybe it'll ramp, but I tested with Daniel last night. Wasn't good enough on its own. Gotta have the Bombing Run too. Salvage is in the side, 3rd Wrecker in the side. Riken fell out of the list last night. Riken was never being proactive. He was always looking for the right spot to come down and then waiting for my opponent to answer him. Not good enough. Really, really good. Not good enough. Not stable enough. Hammerhead. Daniel was playing Hammerhead against me, and although he's drawing a little bit more cards, Tyler Parrott last night was looking at my list and being like, hey, you don't draw that many fewer cards than him. The Hammerhead's still good, even if it's hitting for 2 or 3. The deck lacks a lot of ways to kill a thing that was a little bit damaged. I don't want to waste a card with Poe and Timely. Hammerhead, you made the cut. And today, you mattered. Round 1, I play against Double Portals named Josh. He's playing Kira Data Vault. He went to Sector. He whips at his Sector mat, and I go, oh man, he's been to another tournament. So, game 1 both these games went very according to plan. Turn 1, Sabine into Red 5. He plays Pershing to Super Laser attack. I'm hitting his Pershing. Red 5 kills Pershing. Super Laser attack hits into Sabine. Boom. Sham. I never let him stabilize. He plays Traitorous on my Red 5. Very annoying. And then he has Kira flip after I attack with Cham. Oh, Kira's safe. No. Blue Leader. Get him. And then meanwhile, I just snowball from there. I have a cool play to end the game. Crate. I play Crate into his Snoke, and then he has to claim and waste a bunch of damage on his space side to kill the Crate Dragon. And then I just play another one. And he goes, oh man. But he does get it with something. It was Rival's Fall. And then I have a really cool play. I have Timely from Smuggle, Home 1. I hit Home 1 into my own Red 5 that was Traitorous. It's dead. Now I can bring it back with Home 1. He's got the Devastator to follow up the next turn, but then Fell the Dragon takes the Devastator, I win the game. Because he was at 30 because of the Rival's Fall. And like a little Sabine thing, it all adds up. Game 2, very different in that he plays resupply and I don't have the cham, but I just have the damage. I have all of the stuff. I am pressuring his board. I'm playing all of my guys with as much health as possible. I kill his Kira. I pressure his Kira flip and kill it with blue leader again, and red 5. What was it? No, hammerhead. Red 5 pressuring the board. Hammerhead kills his devastating gunship, which is otherwise a really hard thing for me to kill. But look at it, it's doing its job. It is killing a thing in a lane when on play. I think I played it on 6, but I could have played it on 5. It would have been just as good. Hybelon Enforcer gave me a card, so it was a little bit stronger. Totally great. And then Gorilla Attack Pod comes in, takes him from 22 to 26, and suddenly he's just within striking distance of game. He's able to take out the Gorilla Attack Pod with Vader, but again, I play a bunch of units. I think it was Home 1 or something. I think I played Home 1 again, brought back a red 5, and he plays Devastator, and I play Fell the Dragon, game over. So, won that in 2. Deck is firing, deck is good. The choice is to go 2x on Gorilla Attack Pod, Wrecker, and Recon, and dropping Recon and Hammerhead. Already paying off. Already, the deck is telling me that I did the right thing. Let's keep it running. All right, round 2. Interesting thing, between rounds 1 and 2, lots of the Bothans running Vader 4 yellow lost, which is one of our bad matchups, and those are good players. So as much as I hate hearing the Bothans lose, a lot of the tech that we put in the deck was for this deck, for these players, for this meta, and it's working. It's still working, we'll get to it. But interesting that the random decks beat those. Okay, so round 2, I win. I played against Mike from Michigan, great guy. He thanks me for Gen Con. He knows my content, and he's on Han2 ECL. I'm terrified. I think that this is going to go very fast and very aggressive. And of course, it does exactly that. Game 1, I go Cassian, and he goes Battlefield Marine, R2-D2. And then this R2-D2, I'm like, I can't kill that, but it is a card. So I decide to trade the Cassian for the Battlefield Marine, and I'll say I'll deal with this R2-D2 later when I'm not in threat of anything. So it hits me for 1, and it's letting me keep the initiative. Hits me for 1, and hold on, I'm gonna move around. Hits me for 1, and suddenly, I think turn 2, he plays something, and I play heavy, and my guy, he plays K2, and I play heavy. And I go, okay, this R2-D2 is still a problem. I end up having blue leader in hand, and I go, I want to line up this blue leader to kill the R2-D2. So on 4 resources, heavy takes K2, he hits my base. I'm happy with this. Turns out it was close, but I take the one from R2, and then I blue leader the R2. So now my board is blue leader. He plays something. Turn 3, he doesn't have the Poe ECL. I'm very afraid of the Poe ECL or the Wrecker ECL follow-up. But he doesn't. He plays another K2 and flips his leader, and I think he plays like a 1-drop or something. And I end up having, on my flip turn, the Hammerhead. And the Hammerhead, I think it kills his leader or something. We end up trading a bunch of damage. And I end up ahead on the board. He ends up having to take the damage on the blue leader, or maybe it was... No, there was a turn. What it was, here's what it was. I flip my leader, and he plays Wrecker for 5, or maybe for 6 or something. There was a turn he plays Wrecker. It was the second game. There was a turn he plays Wrecker, and he does 5 damage to my leader. Doesn't kill it, and I respond with my Wrecker. So he goes down from 5 to 4, and I go down from 5. I think this is game 2. This is game 2. Sorry. No, game 1, the Wrecker comes out, and it turns out he almost had lethal. He had lethal. He had an Adelphi to use his Wrecker to hit my base, but he uses Adelphi. He just uses Adelphi to hit something else on my base, and then I have timely heavy to kill Wrecker. Now he just lost a 7 damage swing, and he doesn't have enough damage to close it out in the next round. Very close game, and if he had Adelphi'd, his board was like Cassian. His flip was Cassian. That's what it was. Cassian K2, and I end up trying to race him a little bit with my blue leader I blue leadered into his base instead of into the K2 because I said my unit's better. I'm going to take the base. I was expecting him to hit me back, but he didn't. He has Cassian. Adelphi's the wrong unit, and then I win the game because I have the damage first. Game 2. Sorry. Game 2. He plays Sabine's Masterpiece into my red 5, and he goes turn 2 ECL Fang Fighter into my red 5 to kill it, to leave his Sabine's Masterpiece with 2 damage on board. That can't be right. He plays like a 1-drop, and then he attacks, and he does 4 damage with the Sabine's Masterpiece, but I ended up killing it with something else. I kill it with the Blue Leader, I think. Or it was something. But the point is, he chose to ECL way early, and then he has to, on 5, he flips leader, I flip leader. He wreckers my leader, doesn't kill it. I'm able to wrecker back, kill his wrecker, and then my leader, I trade the leader so I can still have, so now we're going back to 5. I have the attack pod, I draw another wrecker. It's over. He has no ECL, and he just scoops. Good set, but sequencing and value and threat assessment. If he had assessed that the Sabine's Masterpiece was worth trading for the red 5, he would have been a lot better, saving his ECL. And if he had assessed that the wrecker damage wasn't worth it, and it put his wrecker in range of my wrecker or something, he would have been a lot better off. Again, you can't plan for every issue, every potential threat, but those are the edges that I found in the matchup to win it. Also, I have 8 more health, so against ECL it works out. 2-0. All right, round 3. Another 2 up, another 2 down. We are 3-0. Our matchup was Cad Bane Blue, and if you watch the other vlogs, which I haven't posted yet, but I will before this one probably, but I beat this Cad Blue sort of list twice at the PQ. The first game I lost it because I played weird stuff, but this time I know the lines. You go first, you claim initiative, you just hit their base, and they don't have enough threats to threaten you ever, so it's just a waiting game. You play the crates eventually, you play the home ones eventually, and that's what happened. Big wrecker plays. I made a greedy, a very principled play to, he Relentless Pursuited a guy of mine on his Cad Bane. I go, darn, and I traded a guy to take the shield off of it. And it was right, because then I drew the wrecker on 8, and I go, oh, I hit Mace. I hit Mace into his shield. And I go, it doesn't get the kill, but it plays my guy. Just keep playing threats. Don't ever stop. And I get the wrecker timely to go right through the Cad Bane, get my guy back. He had Cad Bane to steal 3 guys. They'll get it back. I did have it was a Crate Dragon to get it. Crate Dragon timely to get it back. So Crate Dragon rescues 3 guys from Cad Bane. His Cad Bane couldn't hold anything for him, and it was just great. As long as you're playing guys every turn, you won't run out of gas, and you can put the salvages in after the side. And I didn't even play the Poe pilot. I was looking for it. I didn't find it, but yeah, their units are so small. He had 2 Bazines for my 2 crates, but I had the 3rd crate and I had the timely. So yeah, the thing about these Cad Blue lists is they're also not running Super Laser Blast, which I don't think saves him, but more than 1-for-1s him. So, then I would reload with the home ones and the salvages and stuff, so it would have been fine. Again, Attack Pod, great card. Really proving its slot as a 2x, salvageable, home oneable, and just pushes 4 to 6 more damage. Great in the Cad Bane matchup because it's got grit. They don't want to ping it. They don't want to ping me at all because then the guy gets bigger. But yeah. He was running Envy's Nest, the 6-drop for a 5/4 ambush that would trade up, which was actually pretty good. It saved a lot of instances of him losing guys. Really, it was just the Envy's Nest, because every time he would put a guy up, you would have to trade it into mine, because what is he going to do? Leave Wrecker out or hit base with Envy's Nest? No. There's not enough threats in that deck to put enough damage on my base to ever threaten me. I'm always the aggressor. I have infinite gas. It's always going to work out. 3-0. Let's keep it rolling. All right, round 4. I won it in 25 minutes. Mandalorian leader green Data Vault. He plays R2, he plays L3, he plays Relentless Pursuit, he flips his leader over. I don't know. I just kept playing units. My units were so good. My units were better than his at every turn. And this is just kind of the theory of the deck. Every turn I'm playing gas, every turn I'm coming in, I'm playing bigger guys than my opponent, and even if he takes care of some of them, I'm either value trading or getting better. Anytime he captures, any capture, all of my guys come back. Sometimes they were damaged when they were taken, so I capture them and they're healed now. Yes, please. That's been great. Getting tapped down, it's fine. I'll just hit you next turn. Poe, Mace is still at 3x in the list, and he's showing why. There's so many units with 4 power, or you can get a hit on someone and Mace can come in and get a hit and value. He can 2-for-1 things. He can get the damage. Mace has been a champion. Also, Adelphi today. Adelphi let me trade Cassian for an R2, and I didn't die. And then he had to like Relentless Pursuit the Cassian or something. It was great. It's all working out. No, it wasn't that. Whatever it was. Oh, he's blue littering. The blue litter. He played like 4 or 5 blue litters in the course of 2 games. But I just put guys on the board. I hit his base, and I took out his leader before I could do anything cool, and that was that. 4-0. All right, nail biter. Round just ended. We got there in 3, but it was against a Han2 Data Vault mirror. Exactly, not the same deck, but mirror match. And he said he built the deck like the night before, but he like hadn't had time to watch my video. He knew me. I'm worried, but I'm like, okay, I'm teched for the mirror. I know this matchup. I know where the game is. So game 1, he rolls initiative, and my opening hand is red 5 Cham Heavy. And I say, this is a great hand because I can play red 5 and go, wait a second, no. He has initiative. If he plays red 5, his red 5 kills mine, then it kills my Cham, then it kills my Heavy. I just lose the game to an opening red 5. So I mulligan, and I don't get an opener. I get Poe Pilot, so I have to pass. He plays a Battlefield Marine, and then I play Poe Pilot on the ground as a 3-1, and he like timelies a Sabine to kill it. And then it just snowballs from there. I have to timely a Battlefield Marine to get him back, and it's amazing how far behind I was. I was like at 7 damage, and he was killing me. I'm like, okay. Game 2, I had initiative, and I got there. I forget what happened. Good stuff. Play the lines, make some value trades. I think Echo Base Defender was a champion. Yeah. There were a couple turns when like he would like play a guy, and then I would play a guy, and then I would choose not to trade, and then I would get my Echo Base Defender. There was a turn where I had an Echo Base Defender and a Battlefield Marine. Great Battlefield Marine turn. Thank you, Battlefield Marine. Thank you for not being Fighters for Freedom. Turns out you're good. Round ending. Game 3, super nail biter. He plays a blue leader in space, and it's like bad. I'm like, oh, I'm ahead. He has to like, he uses his Adelphi to get his Cassian to kill my Cassian that I played full. I went Battlefield Marine into full Cassian. That 5 health is real good, I know. But his Adelphi uses his Cassian to trade with mine. I'm like, damn it. But then I wait for the turn, $5 turn, have my Marauder kill his Adelphi. I'm ahead because I've got 5 health. And then I have my Adelphi that I had from last turn. It's a 4/4, kill his blue leader. So my board is like Battlefield Marine, Han, and I have 2 1 health Adelphi and Marauder in space. I am so far ahead. He has his Han leader. Okay. He plays War Juggernaut, wipes my space. Now I'm left with Han and a Battlefield Marine. I go, damn it. My turn, I have to respond with a Wrecker, kill the guy, the War Juggernaut, and turns out I'm kind of okay. I have 3 units to his just Han, and it gets being really tough. He ends up playing a home 1 for a Cassian or something, and I have to respond with my home 1. Turns out I'm just playing the lines a little tighter, and it matters. I play my home 1 into his, and I say, you trade with me. I have an Echo Base Defender to keep I have a Anakin, he timelies his Anakin into my leader, kills it. I timely my Anakin into his not his leader, into his Cassian or something to kill it. So we're going trade for trade. And then finally, he plays his home 1, and he puts Poe Pilot on the home 1. Now it hits me for 9. I'm at like 20. And he has lethal, but he lets me attack with my Anakin, and I have an Anakin Echo Base Defender home 1. And I do 6 to base, heal 1, and draw a card. I draw 3 cards, the 1 card plus 2 more. I draw the Fell the Dragon. Fell the Dragon on the home 1 seals it. I have enough damage, I wipe him out, and that's the game. Real close. Don't miss your turn 1 play. My turn 1 play would have lost. If I go red 5, Cham Heavy, or something in that matter, I just lose the game to a red 5. So I made the right call, but I've got like some 90% chance of it happens. We get there though. Get there in 3. That's why we have best 2 out of 3. 5-0, baby. Let's go. All right, we pulled it out. We are now 6-0. we sit down against Vader 4 Yellow, who is also 5-0. So I go, uh-oh, this is our worst matchup. We know this, we've tested this. The entire sideboard is 9 cards. It's they're all Salvage, Bombing Run, and Marauder. It's for this matchup. Game 1, the exact details, I don't know, quite, the details were, let's see. I mulligan, he mulligans. His for turn 1 was Wingman Victor 2 Mythal on the ground. I go, yikes. And I have a space unit. Love that. I think I'd red 5 or something. Turn 2, he plays like a 7 fleet defender, and I play Poe. I play Poe Pilot, and I leave him split because I want the 3-1, and I'm looking at it. Yeah, it was a red 5, because if I go Poe on the red 5, it can get Geonosian Patrol Fighter, and he gets rid of his pilot, which he wanted to get rid of anyway. And if he waylays, if I put it on the ship, I don't get a card back. So I say, you know what, Poe turn 2, let's make a space presence and stay split, so his hits don't hit as hard. We trade a little bit of damage, and my red 5 can't hit into his base, into his 7 fleet defender. It has a shield. Eventually he ends up trading into me, and I get a Delphi. I end up getting the Adelphi, and end up being able to race him somehow. Really? I have the attack pod. I think I had heavy, and yeah, because the turn 3 was heavy at 4 health, because I didn't want him at 2 health. And it turns out that with Adelphi, you can just hit with heavy for 8, and he goes, oh wow, that's a lot of damage. Flip Han, and he's at like 17 or 20, like really quickly. I think that's how it went. Adelphi, and then I had the attack pod. I had the gorilla attack pod, and I was able to get him to lethal. I think he was at 27, and I was at 30, and that's not enough to kill me. So I win game 1 somehow. For a bad start on his part, but I won the game 1. And then I side in. You get out all the crates, all the maces, and all of the Felder Dragons. You bring in the bombing runs, you bring in the Marauders, you bring in the rest of it, and I pull and in the salvages. Game 2 was he had initiative, so he plays the mercenary gunship, kill it with blue leader. Turn 2, he plays the 4-1 ambush, just straight up in space, so, salvage, kill it. He can't make ties. By the time I think the next play was he brings it up, and then I'm holding a bunch of 2-card plays. So I end up playing, I think, Poe Pilot and a Battlefield Marine or something. Maybe that was my flip turn. So I played, maybe, I don't think it was heavy. But I play a wide board, and the salvages with the blue leaders was enough to hold down his board. I don't think I had the attack pod, but no, I played a Delphi. I played a 4-4 Delphi into his. I think it was the 3-2, because he had the guy. He had the shield at 7 fleet. So on the flip turn, I go. I have a Poe, which I can play on the flip turn, but I wanted to go a little wider because I'm afraid of the OB. I really don't want to get OB'd and just lose my whole board. So I'm trying to play things with lots of health. I learned this, I think, from Ian or somewhere in the Bothans. Someone was saying play things with all the health. So I think I played Poe on 5. Yeah, maybe I played him on 6. Whatever it was, I mega threatened his Vader, and I was able to get, because he OB'd on 5, and I didn't lose much. I had the Adelphi, I had the Marauder. No, the Marauder didn't even come in. No, I had the Poe. The Poe hit for 6, and I killed the shield on the 7th fleet and the Vader. And I always had initiative. That was the other thing in the matchup. I always had initiative. So all my good guys got to attack first before his, he had the EMPs. He was no good to me deading, and I just kind of played good units. And I won the game on just attacking with Poe a couple times because he hits for 6 and then he threatens 8 damage. And I just had all of this gas, and then the top of my deck was Bombing Run, Marauder. It's like, yeah, you got it. You got this. My deck had my back. So, yeah, and Bombing Run would have just wiped his board. So we get there, and we're 6-0. If we have one more win, we guarantee day 2, but we're not looking for that. We're looking for the championship. We want top 8. We want top cut. We want number 1. Let's get it. All right, round 6. We're on stream up against Han Green, also Data Vault. and we get rolled. We get just destroyed on camera, which sucks, but whatever. So game one was, I think it was like Cassian or something. I went ground. He went Falcon, Pilot Falcon, and then he goes Chewbacca. And I have to trade, I traded 2 things for it. It was like, it wasn't the Adelphi, it was something plus Blue Leader. It was Poe Pilot, turn 2, and then Blue Leader, but he'd already hit me for 7 damage. He just hits me twice, and then I have to 2 for 1 myself. I guess did 2 for 2, but after he got all his value. So that's awful. And then Han Leader comes out, and there's no good time to cham. Somehow, even though I have the cham, I didn't find any rhythm to bring him out. And I think that might be one of the keys to that matchup, but I didn't figure it out in time, certainly. But he goes Han, and then on the Han, I have no disruption for the Han turn, because I didn't play the Poe. I was too busy killing the space unit. I have no really good way to stop the space. So, I have like a Fell the Dragon, but that's too late, and I'll be dead, and the Falcon is already hitting me for 7 a turn. It's got Chewbacca on it. You can't kill it. So he goes Han, and he goes Radis, and I go, uh-oh. And at that point, it's over. He like puts Han Pilot on the Radis, hits me for 10. But at that point, I'm like, man, Chrispy was right. That's what I got to kill. That's the guy. And I just don't know how I kill that unit. It's like the Fell the Dragon or something. But like, yikes. Mega yikes. Game 2, it doesn't go any better for me. Very different line. I have a good space. I start red 5. He goes Spark Falcon. And then he kills my red 5, takes 3 damage. And then I think I have the Blue Leader, but I don't want to trade it. I think I like play Poe Pilot or something. And I split the Poe Pilot because I don't have the Blue Leader. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get 2 for 1. And yeah, I split the Poe Pilot. I'm like, this will be fine. And then he plays Blue Leader and kills me. I think that was a bad line. I think that was a little greedy. Even make it, because I don't want to put Poe Pilot on a ship. The waylay is so bad. But he has the Blue Leader and the Han and the Falcon. And I just have a Poe Pilot on the ground. And I do like a Delphi for like 5 to base. So now I've got a 4/4 because I'm holding the Marauder. I draw the Marauder, which was the key to this matchup. I'm like, I'm going to get the Marauder. But the problem is it's a 4/3. And it trades into both those units on the curve. And it's the same thing. It turns out, I think the line might have been trade Blue Leader for Falcon, trade Marauder for Adele. Yeah, that was the line. That was the line. Because that's why I put them in the deck. I've got the ambush ships to deal with ships in space. And I was 2-4ing myself, but that is the job of those cards. And then I get a little bit later in the game, but then his 7s come out, and he has the U-Wing, he has the Han unit. Han unit is notoriously bad for this list, and my units just don't, somehow my units don't stack up to his. How does that even happen? The answer is I got 2 for 1, and I'm always in the back foot after the Falcon turn 1 play. The Han 1 matchup is just tough. And I think if I have to play it again, I go a little bit harder into, I don't think I can cham. I don't think cham gets me there. I don't think the math works out. I don't think the timing works out. And the 5 power isn't actually enough to do anything. I think I've got to utilize the ambush ships and just take aggressive trades and don't let him pepper my base with damage, because then I just lose and I'm just dead. And somehow my 33 health base just goes up in smoke. Don't know how that happened. But we'll run it back. We're still 5-1. We're still chilling. We'll keep going. Time for round 7 soon. All right, that was round 8 of 9, and we lost. That's bad. We're now 6-2. We need to go 7-2 to get to day 2, so we got to win the next one. I was against Alex and KTOD, and he sits down and he's playing Han Green 30. I'm like, I just lost to this. He goes, nah, I'm not playing the same. He goes, what'd you lose to last time? I go, I won't tell you. He goes, oh no, I lost to this. I go, damn it. So he's like, I'm playing something different. So game 1, he plays resupply early. I get the Cham resource. I should be ahead. And just when he plays his Han leader, he plays his U-Wing, he plays his Han unit. Just all of these come out in curve, and it just works. And I get wrecked, and I go, how the hell did I get run over? I just got demolished. Fine. Reset for game 2. Game 2 was a little bit better, and I'm ahead. He plays something on turn 1, and I play like Blue Leader or something, and I trade it with my red 5 because I have initiative. And then he goes, well, I guess I got to resupply, and then I get the Cham. So I do get the Cham, and I'm ahead, right? Next turn, 5 resource turn. I'm holding Timely Heavy in hand. He resources for Han. I flip my leader, and then I Timely the Heavy in. Kill his Han. He goes, I didn't realize there was any way for you to kill my Han from an empty board, more or less, on the flip. And I go, yeah, I had this. He goes, okay. And he shows me his hand, and his hand is all 7s. It's Enfys, Han, U-Wing. Wow, I just ate his whole turn. Okay, next turn comes, and he plays something, and he just starts playing the game. Now he's on 6, so he ups to 7, and he gets Han unit, and now I start losing guys, and I get like 18, 21 damage on his base, just like for game one. Game one, I also push damage, and he just stops me, and I have to like timely. At this point, I'm like, how am I so far behind? I have to timely a Han into he has Enfys and Han out. And I go, damn it. So I have to timely the Han into it. And then I made a really bad play. 2 really bad, like a bad play into a misplay. Yikes. The bad play into the misplay was on 8. He has Han Enfys nest out. And my board is thin, if anything. And I go, okay, Crate Dragon. He has 18 damage or something. I can get him. I can't get him. When you bring in Crate Dragon on 8, he has 8 health, and the Han Blaster gets me. Misplay. The problem is, I then don't take my 1 damage from the Crate Hotshot Blaster and put it on his Han. If I had done that, then, already awful turn, I could have... I'm holding Wrecker, I'm holding Mace, I'm 2 Timelies down. I think I sideboard out of Crate Dragon. And I'm like, what do I do? I had no game plan into Han Enfys Nest. And that's just a weakness of the deck. I don't draw Fell the Dragon. It's not enough. I eventually, I just lose. He has another hotshot for the Enfys, and now he's got Han Enfys every turn. I can't keep anything on the board. And he just attacks me. So he looks at me and goes, what happened? Like, you had that game. Like, we know we're top players, and we know when a game is, like, way far ahead. And I'm just like, I don't know. I threw that away. It's not that I threw it away, but I definitely, I don't have a line into it. I should have been smarter by I had 2 Timelies, I had my tools, I had my Wrecker, and like I need to know that the Poe for the Han is wrong, right? I've got to play the Poe and let him eat it. And like every Poe I play is just another turn, but then like he eats it, he doesn't lose a guy, and then he gets to play another thing. I'm like, damn it. So, like I really have to find the Wrecker into the Poe, into the Han, and then I lose it, and I lose the Wrecker. I don't know the line. It could be the Wrecker into the Enfys, but between those 2 and the U-Wing, he just has a better endgame on the ground than me. Do I need to be playing home one? I didn't draw the home ones. But yeah, I was way ahead, and then I lost 0-2. So now we're 6-2. Hey, look, Danny's vlogging too. Look at him down there. And we gotta win the next one to make it today too. Gotta keep the dream alive. Wish me luck. All right, the round 9. Man, I'm fried. We're actually walking out. Kiramode Data Vault. Hold on, Danny. Let's hang out. We're walking with Danny. All right. So, we are winning in. We are 6-2, and we have to win. I think we have to win. I think it's in my head. It's X2 or lose. Turns out I'm not right, but we'll get there. So game one, I take on some very good lines. I don't remember them exactly, but I remember holding the Fell the Dragons for the big threats and finding creative ways to kill things. I played a Crate Dragon and he felled the dragon it, and then I was able to kill his Reinforcement Walker with the ping from the Crate Dragon and the damage from Mace. It worked out. I was able to get him to it, and scary deck though. Mauls, Vaders. I think the Mauls came in from the side. So game 2, very similar thing happened, but I used 2 Fell the Dragons. He had I was a little bit ahead. I had some good trades. I used 2 Fell the Dragons on Lompikes, and on a Lompike and like a Vader or something that wasn't consequential. And he ended up getting Devastator Avenger on the board, and I'm like, damn, and I scoop. Because I can't get there. And there's only 12 minutes left. So I'm like, all right, speed chess time. And we go in, we find a pretty good hand, and we do the thing. He's got Power of the Dark Side to kill my turn 1. He's got a kill for the second one, but I'm pushing some damage. I'm splitting the board. I'm attacking the things, and the time is really ticking down. But I end up drawing like all 3 Crate Dragons. I had to resource one of them, but I'm like, I'm gonna get this. In the first game, I had a really cool play to kill his first Devastator, where no, it was the second game, that didn't matter. But I had to hit the Devastator with a 2-drop, and then I had to timely the home one, add the Poe, get the 9 damage, but then I trade. It's not a great solution, but it was a cool way to kill the thing. I still lost to the Avenger. Anyway, game 3, I'm going fast, I'm going hard, I am attacking as much as I can. I get a good mace kill on a Lompike. There was a weird thing where... I forget the line, but I got the Cham, I got the Cham dollar, and Lompike went to like 3 damage or 5 damage. I put the Cham into the Lompike, and then he flips the Kira to refresh it. I'm gonna be game 2. Point is, I put a lot of damage into his board. I have Mace, I have Poe, I have Anakin, and I don't have enough damage to get there. He has a Vigilance to heal him. Like, man, he had a couple other heals. He had the Reinforcement Walker. Again, all in 12 minutes. The game ends. I'm able to timely his thing. I like wrecker a thing, and then I timely a thing, and I get like he timelies a Reinforcement Walker into my wrecker that I played straight to kill a Pike Sentinel, because otherwise he would shield it or something, and I would lose. I wouldn't be able to get my damage. And I rip the timely off the top, and I'm holding the crate, and I'm on 10. I'm like, this is the answer. And I timely for the crate into the guy, and I've only got like 19 damage on him because he's been healing, and I couldn't get through. I think it's a pretty good point in the matchup, but I think he'd honestly end up winning because he had a Devastator out. It's bad. It didn't work. And you know what? I think I lost today. I think I lost today. I was really mentally fried. 9 rounds is a long time. Losing a lot of momentum after, let's watch the tapes back. I lost a lot of momentum after losing on stream, losing to a matchup that I didn't really respect, the Vader 4. It was Vader 2 green. There was a space version and there was Alex's version, both of which were playing completely different cards and completely different strategies, but just the Han solo leader, Han 1, just beat me up. And the values of the 7s and the Radis that was on stream, and then the space, I got beat up on the air, and then I got beat up on the ground, and I go, man, I lost a lot of steam. So I asked the guy, what's your record? And I go, is this enough to kill me? What's your record? And I'm like, is he going to concede to me? No, I'll concede to him. And this is very suboptimal. This is so bad. This is bad. So apparently it's not X and 3, because I think like online something said all X and 3s go, or X2s go the next day. There was also a thing about it being 8 rounds instead of 9 rounds. I don't know. The tournament is what it is, just top 64. Because there was 9 rounds, a lot of 6-2-1s made it. So if I had accepted the draw as the thing laid out, I would have made it. But instead, I conceded. I gave him the win. The judge was like, make sure we're not talking about anything weird. You know, it's like, what's your record? It's like, don't ask him to concede. And I'm like, I know. Like, once he said it was 6-2, I concede. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I know it's not right. I know it's wrong. I know I could have been top 64. I get the prize wall. I get an extra 1,000 tickets. But then I got another 4 rounds of Swiss. I got to really win all of them. And then I'm fried. Honestly, I have a hard work day. I'm traveling a lot, and I don't think I earned it. I don't think I earned the victory. I don't think I earned a top 64. I think I really crashed and burned after having a really strong 6 rounds, and I don't want it. I want it. Let's be real. I want it. But you know what? I think I would value a day to relax with my friend in Minnesota with Daniel. There he is. Hi, Daniel. Okay. Yeah, that guy. In Minnesota, I think I value that a little bit more than another potentially 7 rounds. Would be a great hero's journey. Would be a great story, and I'm choosing not to take it, and that's okay. Maybe it's wrong, but we'll see if I regret it later. But also, good luck to everyone else in the tournament. I guess we already know who won by then, but and a lot of the bottoms made it, and of course the guy that I let through made it, and hopefully he does well. All right, so that's it. Great tournament. Thanks to everyone who helped. Thanks to Daniel again. put me up. Thanks to all the bothans and everyone, everyone at home, everyone watching. Appreciate it, and wish me luck at the next big one, which I think is Worlds. See you there. So yeah, that's how the tournament went, and I think that a lot of this was ultimately a mental defeat. I think there was a point where I kind of lost that main character energy. I kind of lost that momentum, and I really ran into these two matchups, these two this Han 1 yellow-green hero lists that I couldn't beat. And I know this deck so inside and out, and I'm staring at these Wreckers and these Maces, these 5-power hits, and I couldn't deal with these 6-power units, and I knew that I couldn't deal with it. And I could have made it to top 64, and it turns out it was fine. I got to do a great cast with Loopy, shout out to Late Night Gaming. And I got to have a great day. I went to a great breakfast with Daniel, and I got to enjoy a really great time in Minnesota. I ended up still having a great time with the Bothans, and shout outs to KTOD. They did phenomenal. Shout outs to Woo. Shout outs to Wofir, winning the entire tournament, with the only loss being to a Bothan. But really, just people were playing out of their minds. And I think that this list really needed to be tuned a little bit harder in order to get the win. And honestly, I needed to test a little bit more. I think there were some real gaps in my testing. I think I have a lot of vibes. I've got a lot of ideas. I've got a lot of feelings about how this list should perform. And there's a point at which it worked, and then it stopped working, and I go, oh no, I didn't do my homework for this. I got a little spooked. And at the end of the day, I had a great time, and I've enjoyed building this list, and I still think it's really good. We can see actually in the stats of the Minneapolis Regional and just across Planetary qualifiers, people are picking up this list. I've got a feeling that there are decks that are good, and there are decks that are easy. And whether or not you pick up a deck and actually decide to bring it to a tournament is how good you feel with it. And one of the things I think about this list is that you're using your leader. The lines are somewhat clear because you have these very clear plays of 4, 5, 6 a turn early. The list feels good. You're playing powerful units that other decks can't do. And I think one of the reasons that this deck is rising and doing well is because the powerful thing it's doing is fun and it's enjoyable, and you're playing these big lists, and it's not that it pilots itself, but really it is it feels good to play these bigger cards a turn early and have a deck that supports it. Contrasted to something like Raid Data Vault, where it's actually a lot harder to play these smaller units, build them up, take longer games. It takes a lot more grit to mentally play that throughout the whole tournament. And I've really enjoyed playing this list. So I had a great time in Minneapolis. Shout outs to the Botsons, shout outs to Daniel, shout outs to everyone who has supported me and my friends throughout this whole thing. Shout outs to the Florida Meta. And I want to talk about where I want to take this list going into the rest of the PQ season and going into set 5. I think that some of the cards that I would look at for this list is, I think I would take the cost curve and make it a little bit more flexible. I think that this is a very well-tuned list. I think there's lots of the 2s and 3s. There's exactly 6 turn 1 plays. Then you have 3 turn 2 plays, and it all kind of works out. And it plays very linearly the way that the deck is constructed now. It lets you lean into Fell the Dragon as your kill spell, and you get to run Confiscate and then resource it and then sideboard it out if it doesn't fit in the matchup. I think that what I want to do with this list going forward is play a little bit less comfortably. I want to play with fewer cards in hand. I want to play with more units on board. Maybe drop the cost curve a little. Play a little bit more aggressively. I'm playing more aggressively, and if you want to be playing more in that way, maybe I'm looking at the A-Wings, both of them. I'm looking at the Fleet Lieutenant. I think that being able to trade with the Delphi was one of the stronger plays that I had, but it was too late. I think that this list really does have all that Rebel synergy, and although I'm not super high on Mothma, I think that both the Fleet Lieutenant and Dodonna, maybe even the Wing Leader, could find a home in this list. We're still playing units, we're still playing them early, and we're still putting the best stats on the board. And I also think that this might be simple-minded. I think that a big part of winning these tournaments is finding the right matchups, finding the right groove, and finding the right lines that aren't just the standard 3, 4, 5 that might bring you the victory. That might, when you feel like you're in the zone and yeah, I'm playing out of my mind. I'm gonna wait next turn to play that crate. I'm gonna Wrecker on 5 to because I can see the line. I love a deck that does that, and I think that adding a little bit more flexibility to the cost curve and a little bit more of these interesting pump plays, other things that you can do with the units, is where I want to take it. And then going into set 5, going into Worlds, I don't know if Han2 is still good. Does he need the Force? Do you need to be playing Force units? There are so many cards. The whole metagame will be different. But I think that after the success of lists like this, the success of this whole set 4.5 meta post Django ban has really shown me that there is so much creativity that is available. There's so much room in this game to pilot a deck, to build a deck, to play a deck, to win with the deck. That is something that is a leader that you like, that is a base that you like, something that you see value in, something that a card that you think, yes, I can fit Fel the Dragon in here. Maybe a Delphi is the pump that I need. Heavy is a card that really only sees play in this deck, but it's very good. I love that about this game. And you better believe that for set 5, I am going to take all of the training wheels off. We are going to take everything we've learned about Han2 and about every other leader, apply them all around. And I'm excited to do that. And thank you again for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. These are just lots of thoughts, and this is how I play this game. This is how I think about this game. This is why I love this game. If you see me at a tournament, come say hi. Otherwise, shoot me a message and have a great time. May the Force be with you.